Hi guys, good evening. I don't know if you're going to be watching this video in the evening, but that is when I am filming it. Welcome to my dorm. I am back at school for spring semester at Cal. I'm actually really excited to be back. I'm taking some major classes this spring semester for my major, which is communications, and I am super excited to be back and here with my friends here at school and just to be here hitting the ground running and getting everything squared away for spring. So today's video is going to focus on a topic that I have been asked to talk about publicly, and that is body positivity, what I personally think about it, as well as my own kind of story that coincides with this. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into a little bit about me and my experiences throughout my life, and then at the end of the video I'll kind of address some different questions as well as just some broad topics of things that I personally think about the body positivity movement. So I have my laptop here with me today, and I kind of just wrote down a few key points in my childhood, I guess, or growing up that were kind of turning points in my life. So growing up, something that was really, it kind of defined who I am today is what I ate. And I actually grew up in a household where my mom would always buy like fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. She would make home-cooked meals that were really healthy, things like that. So I never really didn't have the resources to eat healthy and maintain a healthy lifestyle. From a young age, I actually watched my own mom lose a significant amount of weight. She fluctuated with her weight just as I do and just as my sisters do. We just have the kind of metabolism that kind of goes like this sometimes. And I watched her kind of grow up while I grew up with her. I'm the oldest in my family, and I watched her, you know, struggle with her weight as I see myself doing now that I'm 19 years old. When the first few moments that I started to notice, I guess, like that I was different or unique or even bigger, some kids would call me fat, but I knew and noticed that I was significantly bigger than other kids my age when I was in 4th grade, transitioning into 5th grade. And I realized this when I was going over to friends' houses and I wasn't able to like fit in their clothes, or I wasn't able to borrow outfits like some of my friends were able to do. There were little things like that. I started to get almost insecure with myself, like at pool parties and events like that. And that's a really difficult age because you're about to enter middle school and you're kind of going through that awkward stage in puberty. I started to get acne on my face, and there's nothing more in your life that you want more at that stage in time than to fit in. So definitely not a time and place to be noticing that you're standing out. So that was definitely a point in my life where I really realized that I stood out to other people that were my age. So another huge turning point in time for me was middle school. So I was first being introduced to the concept of lockers for PE and dressing out for PE and running almost every day and being athletic in some kind of way. So up until this point, I'd done dance and gymnastics, and those were pretty much the two only real athletic things I had been a part of in my entire life. So I never really considered myself as one of those athletic girls. As well as that, and being insecure about not being athletic, I was insecure about having to change in front of other young girls that were my age from 6th grade to 8th grade and to participate in PE, because I'd be basically exposing myself in like my bra and underwear to other girls, and I knew I was bigger and I knew I had stretch marks, and I went to a school where a lot of the girls were very tiny, and it took a toll on me, and I second guessed myself, and I based my beauty off of what I look like on the outside. And middle school is kind of one of those really awkward, uncomfortable, rough times in your life where you kind of really don't know what's going on all the time. And so basically I just like wanted to wear clothes that made me feel confident, made me feel beautiful. I wanted to follow trends, and it was really hard to find things in my size, especially at like popular stores. So that took a really big toll on me when I was younger. So 8th grade came around, and this was the time when I decided to do something about how I was feeling. I'd done theater for about 2 years now, or 3 years now, and I decided to go on my first real diet. So I decided I was going to basically follow some Pinterest recipes I found. I was going to eat super clean every day. I was going to work out 1 to 2 times per day every single day. And I lost a lot of weight in a very scary amount of time. It took me about 2.5 to 3 months to lose a total of 45 pounds. And I did it very fast. I was not intaking enough calories. I was working out everything I was eating and then some, and I really didn't know how to work out to fuel my body and energize my body rather than to look a certain way and fit almost this mold I had created for myself in my mind. So I ended up having to go to therapy because my parents were worried for me, and I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would have super bad stomach pain and cramps, and I'd end up throwing up because my body was so malnourished, and I was pushing myself so hard to go to the gym and go on runs and do a lot of different things. So that took another toll on me, emotionally, physically, mentally, because I had thought that I had like found the cure to all my problems, yet I had even more on my hand after I'd lost this 45 pounds. So that was kind of devastating, and that was my first like real struggle with trying to do something about this problem and just kind of having more problems put onto me. So now fast forwarding to high school. So I was super small from the weight I had lost back in 8th grade. So I was 45 pounds lighter. I think I weighed about 140 pounds, 143, like after I'd eaten, like super tiny. I am not that tiny anymore, but I began to do pageants my freshman year, and I learned about different types of beauty, and pageants gave me an outlet to celebrate myself in a way I'd never been able to before. And of course I loved the glitz and the glamour, but I also loved the community service aspect. But I think my favorite part about doing pageants, and like still today why I enjoy competing in them, is the women that you meet with all different stories, the friendships that you create, and the opportunities that come along with that. They make them all worth it for me. So I feel like this was kind of a turning point in my life where I realized that I had this amazing opportunity to kind of celebrate myself as a woman, and just realize that beauty came in all shapes and sizes. High school gave me the opportunity to also get involved in a lot of different things, so I wasn't able to just be like at home and sitting there bored and wanting to constantly work out. So I actually only was working out about 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes less than that because I was so busy, but it was good because I didn't feel the pressure to constantly be training my body or to constantly be losing weight, which was what I was trying to work on getting away from. Also, down the road for pageants, they began to be something I would train for, work out for, diet for, but it wasn't anything crazy, and I never lost any crazy weight like I did in 8th grade. So I saw pageants as an opportunity and a tool to kind of better myself physically, mentally, and emotionally at the time when I was competing, to make myself the best version of myself. But even if I wasn't training for a pageant, or like right now I'm not really training for any pageant, I'm still able to be at peace with my body and where I'm at, and it just gave me this very nice peace to have. I had my blood clot in the summer for between sophomore year and junior year. This happened 2 weeks after I broke my left leg, so I was actually unable to work out for a long period of time. And so this did cause weight gain back. I had to go to physical therapy to learn how to completely walk again. I couldn't walk. So a lot of changes happened through high school. I saw myself mature and grow, and I saw myself and I saw beauty in other ways besides physical. So I think that was a really important turning point in my own personal life, and just within my own self-confidence that I have for myself. So my senior year of high school came around like way quicker than I ever expected it to. I was seriously so busy every single week. It was insane. I barely found any time to work out, and I wasn't eating the best, and I'm okay to admit that because I'm human and you're human and we're all human here. So I wasn't eating the best. I wasn't taking care of my body like I should have been, and honestly, I gained all the weight back that I had lost in 8th grade, but I gained it back over the course of freshman year to senior year. So I didn't gain it all back in the amount of time I'd lost it, which was a good, healthy way to kind of gain weight slowly back. But I was upset at myself for a while, and I beat myself up about the weight I had gained and kind of was like, what are you doing? Like, you lost all this weight in 8th grade. You're just throwing away all your hard work. But then I took a step back and realized that all the memories I had created through high school, especially everything that goes on senior year, you go get Pizookies with your friends at BJ's, and you're going to barbecues or parties or just doing things like getting frozen yogurt on a Friday night after a football game. Those were memories and things that I would have missed out on if I was training my body and working out once to twice a day, and really harping on myself. So I had to take a step back and just realize that I was taking in these memories and I was making them last long. So summer after I graduated rolled around. It was my 6th time applying for Jovani It Girl. I got selected. I will link that video down in the description below. If you haven't watched my video about my Jovani It Girl experience, I definitely suggest you watch that. But I got to do that as one of 4 curvy models in Atlanta. And then I got to move on to go to New York in the fall, in October of 2018, and I was able to celebrate my body in a way that I wasn't able to do before. So not only during high school did I find the peace and love and confidence for my body and myself, and what I was capable for, but I was able to celebrate that after my senior year, and I was able to do some of my first modeling work that I've ever done in my life. And it actually kind of made me want to do more because I was able to celebrate and love myself in a way that had never been available to me before. So what do I think about body positivity itself? So I have a few different philosophies, I guess, or ways of training and thinking and just how I have come to these consensus. But one of those is you have to love your body and the skin that you're in before you can celebrate that. And what I mean by that, and this kind of goes in conjunction to the second thing I wrote down, was I don't really believe in the fake it till you make it. I don't really believe that that kind of works when it comes to loving yourself and loving your body, and having positivity for yourself. So what I mean by that is you can do 1,000,001 things to make yourself feel beautiful. You can wear a beautiful outfit, you can do your makeup, you can model, you can do pageants, you can do sports, whatever makes you feel empowered and beautiful, that's awesome. But without finding your own inner peace on your own self, and without making the choice to accept your body and the skin that you're in, I don't believe that you'll truly love yourself at the end of the day. I think that those things and doing those different activities can help you love what your body is capable of, what you're able to do with the body you've been given. But I don't really believe that's where self-love comes from. I think it's something that you cannot physically be given by someone, something. It has to be from your own self, and it has to come from your heart. I also believe that you can find peace in knowing that you're doing the best that you can. If you woke up this morning, got out of bed, went to class, or went to your job, or did a few things that were productive on your list, you're doing the best that you can do. You have to find peace and give yourself grace when it comes to knowing that you're doing the best you can. There are also going to be seasons of your own life, and I know for sure my own life, where my weight still continues to go on this roller coaster of up and down and fluctuates and doesn't seem like there's any real stable point. And that's okay, because life is built up of seasons for a reason, and there's a reason why you are who you are. Everyone is going to be different, everyone is going to be unique, and that's okay. Another thing is, my weight and my size does not define who I am as a person. It does not define my personal beauty. It does not make me who I am, nor is it who I am. Being someone who has been very tiny, very big, considered a curvy plus size model, considered not a curvy plus size model, who's been a size 6, who's been a size 16. I've kind of been everywhere my entire life. And one size versus the next does not define who I am as a person, especially to other people, because I'm the only person who can define that for myself. And I find comfort in that. I find reassurance in that. And if I want to, I can heck go to the gym every day and lose a bunch of weight or do whatever the heck I want to, because this is my body that I was given and I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability and I'm gonna do my best. But at the end of the day, I love myself and I'm proud of who I am. I think stretch marks and any other symbols of being a plus size girl are really just social constraints that have been taught to us and put on us, but I really don't think we are defined by them unless we let ourselves be defined by them. And by that I mean define what you want for your standard of beauty and live by that standard of beauty. No one is telling you how to live your life. No one is telling you what to do when you live your life or express your own self-love. That is for you to decide. So hold true to that. That's your own strength. That is your own power. I think being positive about my body and my skin is just loving who I am physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's not all about what you look like on the outside. It's having spiritual peace, mental peace, physical peace with every aspect of your life. And sometimes things are going to fall through the cracks, and I think it's about being comfortable with those different things and being okay with that. That makes all the difference. So I encourage you guys, after watching this video, to go ahead and ask me more questions in the comment section below. If you are brave enough, please share your own personal stories about your own body image or body positivity, what you guys think about that. I think what's really interesting and unique about us is we all have a story. No matter if you're a size 0 or a size 20, you've been through some kind of hate-love situation with your body. And I would love to know where you guys are at right now in your life so we can connect on that way. I do things personally that make me feel happy and good. Like, I like to go for a walk, see a friend, read a good book, go for a drive, drink lots of water. I love tea. Doing whatever makes you feel like the best version of yourself is, at the end of the day, what's going to make you happy. And just on one final note, at the end of the day, doing what makes your soul happy is going to make you lead and live a healthy, quality style of life, which is going to make you a happier person in the end. Alright, you guys, thank you for tuning in to this week's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you found this video super informative, super awesome, and want to see more content like this. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.